Do you guys want to get involved in having fun and potentially changing someone's life? Then tune in to the 24-hour gaming live stream on the 11th of July at 12 noon BST, that's 4 AM PST, and get involved. We're going to be playing CSGO, GTA 5 and other games, so please set a date in your calendars and load up your Steam accounts. Twitch name is on your screen now. Enjoy the video. Okay guys, so after experiencing a lot of boot loops on my LG G2 and stuck at Android 4.4.2, I thought it would be time to try and get an OTA update on my G2. Nope, that didn't work at all. I didn't get an over-the-air update at all, and I had to forcibly do it manually. Next was the task of actually trying to find the ROM online, which was extremely difficult because there are special proprietary files that you have to use with proprietary software to get your G2 to run on anything. And thirdly, I thought about installing a custom ROM, but soon asked my friend Harry, who then told me that I had to install this 5.0.1 Lollipop just to be able to install a custom ROM after. So after hours and hours, and I mean hours of searching across multiple days, I found the file, which I will leave a link to in the video description. And with this, I was able to flash it to my G2 using some proprietary software that again, I will leave a link to in the video description. What does it do? Well, it gives you 5.0.2, I believe, Lollipop, which is a much newer OS than the KitKat that was on it, and it means that I can, if I want to, install a custom ROM on this version without any hiccups, hopefully. Now I still get the boot loops. The boot loop is a huge problem that is not software, must be hardware, because even when installing this new software, I still get boot loops. But it does include some good benefits to it. There aren't just problems that arise with the G2. A lot of LG's phones do boot loop, and I have a very popular video, especially for my channel, on my channel about LG's boot loop, so if you want to see that, then please do check it out. There are some good things about the G2 over-the-air update situation, or rather, with this one, the forcibly sideloading it. The first is you get the newer OS, so you get more features, you get longer support in terms of software and bug fixes, and you get more software support, so you can install newer apps, newer games, anything you really want from the Play Store, which is great. Secondly, it's actually faster and more fluid overall, so the experience is better. It does boot loop less. It still boot loops, but much less than it did before. And there's less stuttering, there's less crashes, there are fewer crashes overall, and you actually get a better experience in terms of just using the UI or any system app, really. In my opinion, it's a much better aesthetic. Now, I do have the Google Now launcher, or Google whatever they've been calling it nowadays, launcher on there, so I think it looks really, really clean, and I like the look of the nav buttons on the bottom. I like the look of the notification shade and quick settings toggles. I think that looks really, really nice, and I believe that that software on this older hardware looks amazing, especially combined with the nice high screen to body ratio on such an old device as well. And with that nice bright vibrant screen IPS display as well, you're actually getting quite a lot nicer of an experience, in my opinion. I much prefer this to something like the old software, which looked very dated, and it had lots of textures, and the more material design-esque look of this version, I believe is actually better. It's just the way it looks. But of course that is subjective. I think this new software actually makes the screen pop, just makes it better. I believe it just makes the entire usability experience better, and again, that can be subjective. Some people like the older textures, the darker theme. This one's a little bit brighter, a little bit more punchy, a little more in your face, and that's why I like it actually personally. Now, it was difficult to get on the phone, and it didn't fix my boot loop issue. But some people have managed to install it, and it did fix their boot loop issue. So I'm not going to rule it out completely, because I've found plenty of people online who have managed to get this working. That's actually why I tried to do it, because I thought, well, it's worked for them, must work for me, and it just hasn't. It must be a hardware issue. It does run exceptionally hot, even when doing something as simple as loading up the Google Play Store. I found around this area, just below the buttons, it got really, really hot, and that was when it did its crucial kind of failure and boot looping, and sometimes it would just restart without going into a boot loop. It would just kind of crash restart. Most of the time it would actually restart and then go into the boot loop, so that's the problem that I had with that. Do I recommend the update? Yes, if you can, and if you are willing to spend the time and try and find the file. I believe I'll try and leave as much as I can in the video description, but I've got to try and find it all again. Then yes, it does improve the experience. Even if it doesn't fix your boot loop issues, it might fix any other issues that you have with the device. It does give you more system support, and hopefully now I can actually install more custom ROMs on it. Not that it will be very usable because of course it does go into that boot loop. Actually, funny story, when I was installing the custom recovery on the device, because I did reinstall a custom recovery, it had one on there and I didn't like it, so I swapped it out. When doing that, it actually got caught in a boot loop at very crucial stage, and I was able to recover it by basically just redoing what I did before. I was walking into like a blind field that was very misty and foggy. I didn't know what was there. I didn't know if I'd come out the other side alive. I just thought, I'll give it a go. What have I got to lose? The phone was not able to be sold anyway. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully everything's been kind of answered in terms of the LG G2 On Lollipop. You know, it's faster, it's smoother, you get more support. It did improve my boot loop kind of issue by the fact that there's fewer occurrences of it, but of course it's still there, so it didn't completely fix it. And of course, you know, it's the new OS, so it could look subjectively better to you. It has some more features that you might like. It might subjectively look worse to you, in which case I suppose you might want to stay with the old one, but you know, aesthetic is not the pure reason to change this. And also I really like the fact that now I can use the multitasking button as a multitasking button and it's not a menu button anymore, which is really thankful. I'm really thankful for that, because I really didn't like the idea of having to like hold down or double tap the home button. Just not a fan of that for multitasking. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Please comment in the comments telling me your thoughts on this. Maybe you want to see the S4, kind of this version of the video on the S4. Maybe you want to see custom ROM videos. Again, it has boot loop, so not entirely certain. And maybe you just want to see other videos in general, or maybe you just want to compliment or not compliment. I'm not really sure. Please do subscribe if you're new around here. I do make videos on older phones, newer phones, technology in general. I have my quad monitor set up behind me. I'm going to be doing a live stream, as you'll probably see at the beginning of the video, a live stream very soon, and hopefully this video is up before then. And yeah, so I'm a kind of a tech guy, so hopefully you enjoyed it all. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.